Hello dear viewers, welcome to another Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup video. We're going to start up a new character today. I've decided on the name Hjarnan. Not for any particular reason aside from I like saying Hjarnan. So let's look at some aptitudes, because I want to be a spellcaster. So let's go down to the various spellcasting aptitudes and take a look. My goal really is to reach the dream of being able to cast Firestorm and Tornado in conjunction. It dishes out more damage than any other combo of things in the game, I think. So that being said, we're going to look at Fire and Ice aptitudes primarily. Deep Elves have a +1 to both, which is nice. Or, sorry, not Fire and Ice, Fire and Air. So +1/+0 for Deep Elves. High Elves actually have a +2 affinity for air, and a neutral affinity for fire. Affinity, aptitude, yada yada. I was gonna say we can go Halflings, but their actual spellcasting aptitude is just abysmal, and I don't want to have to wait that long for spell levels. Aside from that, let's see. The Tengu would also be an option. I could do a Tengu. That could be interesting. And they also have a really good affinity for conjurations. Yeah, let's try that out. Tengu are bird people. Bird people who love to fight. And we're going to be a wizard, I think. Well, I don't know. We could be an air elementalist. I like the extra mana that the wizard provides early on, as well as Mephitic Cloud. But we kind of want to be more pew pew boom boom. Fire is a little too narrow, I think. Let's try an air elementalist. Let's see. What are our spells? Shock, swiftness, repel missiles, flight, static discharge, lightning bolt. Well, alright, we'll give it a shot. Let's look at our starting skills. We want to turn off dodging and stealth, and probably spell casting and air magic, and just focus conjurations for a little while. That's let's leave on spell casting, but focus conjurations. We have a great aptitude for it, so it'll increase rapidly. But I really want to get our killing potential. We have a beak for a mouth and claws for feet. Okay, so we can't wear boots. That's interesting. A little vault there. I guess we can't ever get in there short of... Maybe there's an escape hatch on the floor below that... I don't know. Don't know. So one cool thing about... one cool thing about the shock spell and the lightning bolt spell is that you can bounce it. Or you can bounce them. Which means you can potentially get a lot more damage out of something, out of a single spell than you would be able to otherwise. For example, we're going to, well, we can't really do that very well now, can we? Bats are kind of hard to bounce against because they move around too much for you to properly position them. But we can even just kind of fight bats if we want. Blah! We've reached level 2, so we're going to memorize repel missiles for sure. I don't feel a strong need to memorize swiftness just yet, although it's probably pretty useful. Which is more important to us, swiftness, static discharge, or flight? The reason why I only want to memorize one of those 3 spells is because I want to make sure that I have 5 spell levels available to memorize lightning bolt as soon as we hit level 5. Just because that's going to be a huge spike in our damage. Static discharge I don't really like. It's kind of unpredictable, and flight is not that necessarily early on, so we'll go with swiftness. Swiftness gives you a temporary boost to your speed that wears off, or when it wears off, rather, it leaves you slow. Also, a good question is, yeah, we do still have spell hunger, so it's good that we're training spellcasting. Shock also penetrates, which is really nice for these early levels. You can just line things up in a hallway and blast them down. Mostly because we have, our mana reserves are really low. And so being efficient is important. Being efficient and running away. We're going to grab this poison dart, and if there are more here, no. We're going to grab these darts, though. Just so we have another option if we run out of mana and we're still far away from something. We don't have to just stand there like a mook. Is this... Nope. We'll move one more. So here we're casting the spell at the wall, and it killed it on the first hit, but it would have bounced off and hit him again, resulting in the potential of additional damage. This will not bounce off because it's not the end hallway, it's corner. Corners bounce, oddly. I think they might have taken out the quadra-zap and the tri-zap. I think you might only ever be able to zap something twice now. You used to be able to get... There were a couple of positionings where it would bounce up to 4 times, which is just bonkers amounts of damage. We're going to retreat. We don't have enough mana to... Oh, well, there's another one. Yeah, there we go. Got a good bounce there. Our strength is 8. That's probably good enough. The only reason why strength is important to a spellcaster is because of carrying capacity. And I feel like, for now at least, 8 strength is fine. We may need to... let's go to a different thing, since there was an adder right next to that other staircase. We may need to put another point into it eventually, maybe at level 6 or at level 9. But that's a decision I can make later on if we're having problems carrying things. Okay, we're going to back up to here. This should give us a double zap here. Yeah. If you target something and then press the exclamation point key, or Shift 1 on a standard keyboard, you will cast it in a straight line beyond your targeting reticle. So, like, instead of aiming, there, and it might continue on that way, it'll, whatever, make sure to continue on in a straight line. So, that's useful for runed chainmail. That would be great if we were a melee type character. Let's get back here so that we can at least line them up. They're kind of pecking away at us here, but that's fine. I just wanted to get all 3 of them in a row so we could use our mana most efficiently. Individually, jackals can't really do all that much. It's just the fact that they come in packs and are fast enough to surround you. I think they're maybe not faster than normal, but they have good pack mentality. Let's get up to here. Should let us bounce. Not safely, never mind. You can press the period key to target exactly the monster and no more. Okay. Is this... Yeah, it's still good. If you haven't watched these videos before, the brown text on flesh means that... what are our aptitudes for long blades? Oop. +1? Sure. We'll pick up a falchion. It's cursed, we don't care. Whatever. Weapon is not really important to us anyway. Wand of Polymorph. I've never been a huge fan of Wands of Polymorph because they contain high variance, kind of by definition. It just polymorphs it into another monster with the same number of hit dice. No. And that could be, strictly worse for you depending on the situation. It can be used as a panic button, but I don't know. Like, we're not going to throw it away right now, but I find myself never ever using them. Ring mail is a little too heavy for us to use at the moment. Eventually we could put a couple of points into armor, although I think we have pretty bad aptitude for it. Oh no, we have +1. That's kind of cool. We have really good aptitudes, by and large. I guess Earth Magic we already are bad at, so the cross-training doesn't matter. Yeah, Tengu are... They're pretty cool. Not that great with hexes or charms, I guess. Translocations, transmutations. But the offensive magics, they're quite... seem to be quite strong. Oh, I missed an opportunity to bounce there. Oh well. Not really concerned. As I often do, I'm playing a little fast and loose with these early levels, which is probably a mistake in general, but... Ooh, okay, so we have a decision to make now. If we want to worship Ashen Zari, I don't know. I kind of don't want to. I like Ashen Zari a lot on stabbers, like stealthy characters, because it really lets you see what you're getting into ahead of time, and you can just, I don't know. It's kind of nice, but I really want to worship one of the spellcasting gods, probably Vehumet, if I had my way. Vehumet is the god of destructive magics. Sifmuna is the goddess of magic in general. And the nice thing about Vehumet is that he gives us guaranteed conjurations. He lets us memorize various conjurations that sync up with our spellcasting skills. Which, when we find him, hopefully we'll have a fire spell at that point, and we can put a couple of points into fire magic, so we're weighted towards those. I obviously don't want to be casting earth magic spells. The one downside of being an air mage and going for tornado is that we basically can't ever cast Lehudip's Crystal Spear to maximum effectiveness. Which is okay. I mean, it's the most powerful single target spell, but there are a decent number of those anyway. And really, like, AoE is more important late game, regardless. Like, eventually you get to the point where you can kill any one thing anyway. Whoa, we've gained the ability to fly? Huh. I guess we can't fly permanently yet. I think we can eventually, but that's neat. I didn't know that that happened that early. That's really cool. Alright, so we need another level of spell casting. Let's go ahead and just... Nah, let's keep focusing conjurations. Because we need our... Yeah, we need our failure rate at Lightning Bolt to be much lower before we can use it anyway. I think it's also safe to trickle points into air magic. We know we're going to be training that long term, very long term. And we're going to be using a lot of air spells. In fact, the ultimate air spell, Tornado, is only air and not air conjurations. So we're going to want to be putting points into that for a long time. 9th level spells require you to have like 20 plus skill in each relevant school to be able to cast, like, at all, I think. And reliably, it's more than that. You want like 25. Yikes! Oh man, part of me wants to pull one of these guys up the stairs with me. But the fact that there's that guy with the halberd, yeah, that's wise that we didn't wait a turn. That halberd woulda chopped us up. There we go. That's much easier. I don't know why I haven't cast Repel Missiles yet. It's not like there's a duration on it. Repel Missiles and its big brother Deflect Missiles only wear off once... See, this used to be a Quadra Bounce. Not that we would have been able to tell there, but... let's grab these Tomahawks returning. Can't hurt. Okay, so we can get... Yeah, 2 zaps on the worm at that angle. 2 zaps, yeah, this. Worms are super slow, so they're not the most threatening of enemies, but, you know, they can wear you down over time. Spellcasting level 3. I guess we'll go ahead and memorize Lightning Bolt with the anticipation that we will Uh, it warns you that this spell is very dangerous to cast. Yes, yes it is. We memorized it in the anticipation that we will be able to cast it soon-ish, and I want to be able to cast it the instant we get the skill level available for it. It is kind of prohibitive with its mana cost. I mean, 5 mana is nearly half of what we're doing at this point. So Shock is going to be more efficient for a while against these lower monsters. Lower level monsters. One guy with a halberd we can take. Especially since we can bounce. Yikes. That hurt a ton. I guess he crit us? Let's back up and get to another bounce spot. Since we need to be able to do that. Wow, I hope this kills him. Yep. Good. Close this door, and rest. That's not awesome. What's the best way for us to kill him? I think it's to pull him all the way over here. Get to about here, which should give us a dual bounce out of range of his halberd. If he didn't lose interest, which it seems that he did. Cool. Let's try on this ring. And this scroll. Okay, teleportation. Oh well. Die, orc. I was hoping it would be a scroll of identify so we could see what this ring was doing, but no such luck. Okay. Caught the attention of one of the things. Yeah, dual bounces are great. Oh, a hand axe of venom. Let's pick that up. If we, wow, that was some strong poisoning. Yeah, that could have been a character death right there. If we uncurse this falchion at some point, is what I was about to say. If we uncurse this falchion at some point, we can, we can switch over to that hand axe. I mean, our aptitude is the same. I mean, not that we have any skill points into it, regardless. And venom is useful early on for sure against. I mean, against all living enemies, it's at least usable. And it's just, you know, an extra little safety precaution. This worm, whatever. Cool. Conjuration at level 6. That's still at 75%. Alright, well. Might take a while. Couple levels in conjurations and air magic each. There's probably a chart somewhere or some kind of formula that lets you know what skill levels you need to be at to consistently cast stuff, but whatever. Back up. A potion of porridge, it appears. Do we still have hunger? No, we don't still have hunger on Shock. That's good. A potion of porridge. Potions of porridge are kind of cool. They're useful for us as a spellcaster. It's basically just a ton of nutrition, even more than a meat ration, which is otherwise the greatest source of nutrition. But instead of taking 3 turns to eat like a ration does, ooh, yikes! Poison. That's unfortunate. Let's move back around here. Where's a good spot for us to? Let's try this. Yep. Okay, good. Potion of Curing. Wow. Guess we gotta drink this other one. If your entire health bar is yellow, that means you have a lethal dose of poison. We don't need that buckler for now. Wow, that's a lot of poison needles, too. That's actually pretty good. That's worth test reading another couple of these scrolls to see if... Yeah, there's one of Remove Curse. Yeah, So we'll drop this falchion. We'll key up our hand axe to A and our blowgun to B so that we can swap back and forth between them with the asterisk key. Or not asterisk, apostrophe key. Hungry ghosts are kind of annoying. Wow. And painful. This is where the Potion of Porridge is super nice. Well, it killed us anyway. That's lame. Alright, well, that was fun, I guess. I don't really think I like Air Elementalists all that much. Seem kind of weak. Shock is a little bit difficult to use. I don't know. It's fine. This was just a little throwaway run, just to kind of get me used to being not super powerful again, because I was with my last character. It was incredibly powerful. So I may next video pick up with Boo Hammer again. We'll see. Now that I've sort of gotten the jitters out of my system and I know that I can die to things. But regardless, thanks for watching this little short video, and we will return soon with more Dungeon Crawl.